Hello, welcome to February 13th sketchbook tour. And today I have lots to talk about. So I don't have a lot of time in February. I did say that I probably wouldn't have a lot of time in February, which is fine because as far as pages go, I am way ahead. I'm supposed to be doing like 11 pages a month, and I'm already at 26 pages, I think. Let's see, 26, 27. So it's okay. Like I'm going to be more trying to finish pages I've already started. But the cool thing about not really having time to draw is that while I'm not drawing, I'm kind of thinking about it and things are coming to me. And the reason this isn't a graphic novel is because a graphic novel has a continuous story and plot line, whereas a comic book is just a mix mash of different stories and illustrations, which is really like, if we look at this, especially at the beginning, like it's different illustrations and it's random. And that's totally a comic book. But when I was drawing the other week, I ended up doing a video about how there's like a story kind of starting to unfold with this illustration. So the first 18 pages are kind of like the middle and parts of the beginning. And this is the beginning. So now I'm like illustrating the beginning of the comic book. So before it was like just random stuff because I'm just drawing like random stuff from my subconscious. Like I could never make that into a story. But the idea was that throughout the year, a story might become obvious, and it's starting to happen, at least for this part of the book, right? Like this might morph into something else. So I'm gonna show you what it looks like using these later pages as the beginning and the beginning pages as the middle. So let's start. She is in Arctic wasteland and separates from her friends. Doesn't look good for her, and she decides, because she's in the middle of nowhere, just might as well go for a swim, right? Like this is the end, the water looks nice, and I actually included my original sketches because I'm trying to like put things on these pages to hide like the ugliness of like the bleed through. And she goes for this swim, goes through a portal, surfaces where it's no longer winter somewhere else. A beautiful A-frame cabin, and she finds this key. So I just drew, these ones are new. I just want to show you, I did use gold detail, which doesn't show up nicely in the scans, but I just think is, if I got this printed, I would somehow want this to be gold detail. Sorry, so I am getting it printed. I'm not if I get it printed. I'm going to be printing 22 copies, and that's it. I'm not going to make any more. That's the plan. At the end of the year, I already have like all the, when I'm printing it and when the layout needs to be done and everything planned out. So she finds this cabin, and I did the spread this week of her in the cabin, or I started it. Like this takes so long, you guys. Just like coloring everything and the details. And you know, some of my not so strong points are coming out. Like I'm not great at backgrounds, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do this, and I'm not great at continuity. Look at the stairs. Not no continuity there. But drawing like this like a couple weeks ago and then having to go in and like draw details of it from different perspectives was really hard. Like I had to decide what was on the wall behind the fireplace, what was on the wall behind the couch, and I actually made a floor plan. Make a floor plan just to visualize it a little bit more. Yeah. Definitely gonna ink this and put it in here as well. So she's chilling in the cabin. This is like really nice. And she gets a knock on the door. I have to cover this. I'm going to cover this up. So she puts her book down, which it's really important to me while I do this to squish in whatever shows and stuff are like influencing my drawings. And when I drew this cabin, I was watching The Witcher, so it will always be kind of linked. So she's putting down, and if you saw this, there's tiny details kind of hidden all over the place. This says Witcher 1 and Witcher 2. Okay, she's reading those books, and she put them down, and there's a little scene from it. I asked you last week who should be at the door, and I got a couple responses, one of which was like a postman, which I liked, or I thought maybe like a person. But I'm like, you know, she's alone for now on this journey until like someone comes or she runs into someone. So I want it to be like she's just alone, like that book Adventure that I showed you last week where the girl's just alone. So it's a bird dropping a letter for her, just for you. And I really messed up this illustration in the middle, and I'll explain what happened, but ignore it. So she gets like really badly. So she gets oh no. Okay, so she gets this like instructions to cross the island. I get that laughing because she looks like a White Walker. And it's a map. I'll show you the map a little closer. So I wanted to look like a crap hand-drawn map, but if you look at this and look at my earlier illustrations, I drew places that she's already gone. And then she's going towards the X, obviously, okay? So the idea is, sorry about that, the idea is she's now going to leave the cozy cabin and go on this adventure. And that's it for now, but I'm going to show you what that adventure looks like by going back. I was coloring this all in blue, and my same thing happened here. My pen had not dried, and so I just smudged her eyes like right across, and it was like ruined. And I was like, how do I fix this? So I went back over with black and then went back over with white, which obviously doesn't work, but I can like go over this again now that it's dry. But I think it's pretty much done. Like her hand looks like horrible. So I was just like, well, maybe that's just, I'll just put like a sticker over it or something. Okay, so let's go back. So she's now going to go from the cozy cabin to the forest, to the waterfall, the river, and the Yoda marsh. So if we go back, we can see like there's going to be a scene here where she packs her stuff, and there's going to be a scene where she meets Ben and Luna, because Ben and Luna are in it later, so I have to explain how. So this is her after she's packed, she's camping, because the way I see it, this is like a huge island and it's going to take like days. And because it's already like an established island, there's already like a cabin with like fully stocked cabin. There's all these little places for her to go and stay. And so she finds these cats. I'm going to explain that in the next pages. And this is the beginning before she gets separated from her friend. And the daydreaming can totally go like anywhere. Okay, and then she goes to the waterfall. There's a part here where she goes to the river. I'll show you that. Oh, where is that? So this is the couple days she spent. There's a drawing desk there for no reason. Like again, I want these things to kind of be like they're just there. She doesn't ask questions about them. More camping. I have to fix those trees though if I'm going to use this. And then she goes through the Yoda marsh would be like the last little bit of the trip, and then she finds this house. So like it's all kind of coming together by accident. I think it's kind of cool. And also these scenes in the house, like there's some scenes here where she's in the house, and this is going to be before she goes to meet her friends and before she gets separated from them on an iceberg. She's at home. So that's the idea, and it works. And even I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, I found a plot that makes sense. Even like this, like she picks up a book to pack and we can show what it is. Like, and then again, this is more exploring. Yeah, this is the beginning before before all this happens. So exciting. I'm excited. This is like so good. It's already like 26 pages and it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be a perfect plot because it's not a graphic novel, but I do want it to kind of flow, and I think that will really help with that. So work on this page next week. I still have my birthday one to color in here. Where is it? I've started to have to like code pages. Like these are all the pages that need to be finished. Thank you for the post-its, Casey. They are doing good work right now. And then these are for when I've scanned a page, I will put that behind it. So I have to start actually organizing myself. And that's it. So not too much today, but exciting plot twist. I think it's going to be cool. So she's going to go on this big adventure, and then she's going to find something at the end. Could be the end of the year. I think what will happen is like this will be the first part, and then it will turn into something else. Like I like the idea of like every season, because I change drastically every season as well. I feel like every season it'll be like a different story, like maybe with the same person, but well, it's basically me. So okay, that's it. We got all this to do. It's all gonna turn into something, which is pretty cool. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, you always get a gold star, especially through all the babble. Like when I'm excited about something, this is what it sounds like. So it's gonna be hard for me to complete a thought or sentence. Yeah, so let me know what you think of that. I think it's super cool because it ties together. And I've already started scanning the pages and laying them out on a program so I can like flip what pages go where. So it's perfect. Okay, thank you so much for watching. See you next week.